Hello guys, I'm going to be talking to you today about decision making to do with sexuality. So what we'll be covering in this video are decisions that you might encounter in adolescence, what is a health enhancing decision, how do you make informed decisions, and how can your whole order be affected through decision making. To start off with, go to quick 5, so scan this and discuss the 5 questions with your partner. You can pause me. And welcome back. Some tough decisions lie ahead of you in adolescence, or may lie ahead of you in adolescence, and we're going to go through and discuss them and ways that you can tackle them appropriately. So, some tough decisions that you might have to make during adolescence. These could include things like whether or not to embark on a sexual relationship, what type of or types of contraception you would like to use or suits you best, and whether or not to consume alcohol, who to start relationships with, etc. Things like that. So if you're following the worksheet, you can fill those into your decisions. So what is a health enhancing decision? As it said, this is any sort of decision that needs to be made. Taking the health enhancing option is likely to improve your health, whether it be your mental health, your physical health, your social health, or your spiritual health. So those are the aspects of order. So anything that's going to improve or enhance that. Okay, so for example, choosing to use contraception, condoms, go on a pill of any sort, those are health enhancing decisions. So it's going to be improving or reducing risk for negative health complications. Here is a decision making process up here, okay, or an example of it. So firstly what you do, and this here is how you'd make informed decisions. Because firstly what you do is you outline the issue or the problem in here. Right, then you consider what your options are of this space here for 3. You can add more, of course, or you could add less. There might only be 2 options, there may be 5. Then you're going to go through and look at what the consequences are for each of those. And again, this may branch off further, so you might have multiple different consequences for each one. Next one here in the yellow, I've got what are the feelings associated with these consequences, and again that might branch off even further. Okay, kind of like a family tree. And then the final one here in the pink box, we've got decide on your most health enhancing option. So it would be the option that you would choose after considering all possible consequences and feelings. We've got here explain why it is health enhancing, try and make links to whole order. So that is like a next step. So why is this option that you've chosen a health enhancing one? It's often not that easy to choose the health enhancing one because you will have other aspects coming in and affecting your ability to make these decisions, things such as substances, such as peer pressure and stuff like that. So that's why it's important to look at these when we or to look at these and consider what the actual different influences are. And here it is written up properly. It's that same model. Right, here's an example. Okay, so Grace has been invited to a party on Friday night but is supposed to be at home studying. Choice 1 is she go to the party and don't tell parents. The consequences is she could get in trouble, fall behind at school, be unsafe at the party. Feelings, could feel guilty about lying. Choice 2, she could finish work and then go to the party. The consequence, on the good side of parents, pass school and have fun. And feelings are feeling proud to accomplish things, glad to not be missing out. Choice 3, don't go to the party and study. Consequence, miss out on the fun, pass school, get work done. Feelings, bored at home, feel sad not to be there. Solution here was stay home and finish work and maybe go to the party if finished. So that was a health enhancing decision. It will enhance her order because Grace will be finishing her work and achieving her goal. She'll be maintaining her good standards, which will make her family happy, and then she can still have fun if she finishes her work. So that will affect all different aspects of high water there. Okay, I've got some scenarios to go through. Just want you to choose a scenario, or you can work through all of them and decide, draw up the decision-making model for those different ones. So scenario 1, Sam and Joe have been arguing because Sam thinks they've been going out long enough to start having sex. Joe is not ready and doesn't understand why Sam is feeling this way. Scenario 2, Bailey has just started going out with Taylor. They've been spending a lot of time together and Bailey wants to start hanging out with her friends more often. Taylor wants to be able to hang out with friends as well. Bailey is asked to go to the movies with friends but has already promised Taylor they would hang. And scenario 3, Sally has had unprotected sex with her boyfriend over the weekend and is now pregnant. So just choose which scenario you'd like to use, or as I said, try all 3. Find out what the most health enhancing decision would be. As I previously mentioned, there are influences on our decision making, and these can come from either personal, interpersonal, or societal areas. So personal influences, anything from within. So personal means things from within, what you think and what you want to do. Interpersonal means things from other people or how other people affect what we do. And societal means things from within the environment we live in that impact what we do, and this generally influenced by things we can't always change. Okay, so if we're thinking about being in a party situation, then we could say, and there is alcohol around, and maybe perhaps someone is not does not typically drink, and they're trying to decide whether to consume some alcohol. Some personal influences on this decision making may be feeling uneasy about consuming it for the first time, wanting to live by the morals that they have already set. Okay, it's something from within themselves. Interpersonal could mean the expectations from their family or the peer pressure from their friends. And societal influences could relate to things such as the party type atmosphere or party type environment that we as New Zealanders live in, the drinking culture, and also the pressure on things such as like movies, where people are portrayed to be drinking and for it to be cool. Okay, so that is some influences on decision making. Just need to be able to consider the fact that when you do make a decision, that it's not always just 2 options, not always just yes, no. There are other things that come into play, and it's important to understand what those are, so you can make an informed decision. Cool. That's all I have time for. I hope you've been following along on the worksheet as well, and thank you.